if we're in a situation where we're feeling lonely or dissatisfied, I think we need to take a step back. He had kind eyes which also whispered, "Do not trust me. I am monogamously wired in my lovergirl nature." Hi guys, I'm Aliyah and I write poems, and quite literally, welcome to the Spoken Corner. Today, I want to share some self-regulation tips on the topic of potentially feeling a bit dissatisfied with things in your life, in particular your love life. Especially in winter, you may go through times where you're just feeling especially single, but you know what? We don't need to be feeling that way, and there's things we can do about it. There's things we can change in our life as well. So today I will be sharing those conceptualized thoughts and feelings and methods with you today very quickly. So first things first, what I would like to talk about is the fact that you can go through a really hard time in your life that may disturb the inner peace that you have, or maybe even prevent you from being able to establish an inner peace and even know what that is, meaning having a certain calmness and peace that you can build a life with, basically, and being mentally stable in a good and safe environment and relationship with yourself as well as with the outer world. Sometimes the life that we have at the moment, or people that are in our life, or maybe a relationship we have with ourselves even, can prevent us from really having that. And I have gone through what I had in my poems referenced as my ever worst of times. And when I was going through my ever worst of times, I thought, after healing from those things, my subconscious thought that there was some linear way in life to feeling good or to having feelings. It sounds really weird, but once you get that peace of your own and state of being able to feel at peace, you kind of are not used to feeling bad anymore, and therefore get very overprotective of your own peace naturally. But personal sentiment does not work that well. While it may work that way with ourselves, with the relationship we have with ourselves, you cannot ever, unfortunately, prevent the way or the fact that the outer world and people will always be influencing us. That's just a bare fact. So we'll always be influenced by that. And that's a simple reality that's unavoidable, but it doesn't mean that that's necessarily a bad or a negative thing, because it's very natural and in some ways can be so beautiful. And I think sometimes maybe we just may have inner trauma that prevents us from seeing the good to it as well, and that it does not necessarily always need to harm us. And the things that we've gone through in our lives, and what I reference to as my ever worst of times, it's okay to just simply embrace and realize that there's a natural state and flow of life in terms of our emotions and how we interact with each other in this world. So that's what I'm trying to say, that it's a fluidity of exchanges of energy and of feelings. Things will always influence us. To name an example, since today's theme is mostly also love life, you may be having a lot of friends that are maybe in relationships or having a dating situation. Sometimes in life we're going through a time where, we're just feeling really lonely in terms of that, or maybe we're taking a break from that, or we're heartbroken, or we are engaging in this dating field, which is also beautiful, or we're tired of it and we're not. Whatever field or status you may have at the moment with dating and love and yourself, I think we've all been there, where we are just feeling out of place and maybe dissatisfied. And if we're in a situation where we're feeling lonely or dissatisfied, I think we need to take a step back and claim our power back, as Kim Peretz in her podcasts always likes to say. Really great podcast, by the way. To connect it back to the fluidity of emotions we go through, and that the outside world will always influence us within. It's something natural, this fluidity, that we can simply embrace, and we really should simply embrace, because there's positive and negative feelings to embrace, unfortunately, as we've discussed now. But all we can do is accept them and embrace them, because that's the way that we can take the power back and influence the way that, the outside world will influence us. Would you rather have the outside world influence you, or you yourself influence how the outside world is influencing you? That's up to you. The power is in your hand at the end of the day. You just need to take your hand back from those energy levels that are coming from the outside world. So the best we can do is channel our feelings and feel them. And especially the feelings that are triggered from the outside world. For example, you may be hanging out with friends that are maybe in relationships. Like the other day, I was meeting up with a friend, and I knew that her partner was going to be there, and another friend of hers, and another friend of hers. One friend didn't end up coming, so I was there with my friend and her partner, and I didn't know that my friend and her friend's partner is also going to come. So I ended up hanging out with two couples without really knowing it. And I think it's all about perspective. I embrace it as something super natural and fine, because why should there be a problem with it? But at the end of the day, there will always be something in the air of a circumstance of a situation that may influence you. So if I'm being super vulnerable right now and talking about it honestly, that of course influenced me in a way where, you just realize the bare facts. I'm here as a single hanging out with two couples. That's the way you should perceive it. And that's the way I interact with it and with them. And we had a great time, and it was super nice. At the end of the day, however, maybe I went home and still felt a bit weird about these bare facts. So even with a perspective that we need to foster and program into our minds to make ourselves feel better and claim our power and get that influence of how the outside world influences us back, there will still be certain feelings maybe triggered, or thoughts or emotions and realizations of maybe how there's a void that you see in this situation that you do not have in your life. So what we can do is sit with our feelings, try not to take them too seriously at the same time, and movement. Move your body, because movement is the key to letting your emotions out. Next up, I'll be talking about some playlists that I've done and that I'll be sharing with you, because playlists are my therapy. I swear, you guys, I really, really, really swear on this. I have so many playlists that I would love, and I'm so excited to finally share with people. The first one I will be sharing is Focus, 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 Build, 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 Me, Me, Me. This playlist is all about songs that make me be able to reclaim and refocus all that frustrated energy that the outside world maybe sometimes invokes in me, and put that energy and focus into whatever it is that I may want to build and maybe always wanted to build. For instance, me doing this platform, me sharing these thoughts and feelings with you guys, these playlists, everything, conceptualizing that, sharing that, putting that out there. That's something that I'm putting a lot of energy and focus into in my life right now. You'll always have feelings inside, and it's completely fine and normal, and there's nothing wrong with it. Just claim your power and decide what to do with those feelings. So that's one playlist. Second playlist. This is for my passionate people out there. You know what? You're a lover girl, and that's okay. Say it with me. You're a lover girl, and that's okay. So it's really just about embracing the fact that you're wired in a lover girl nature, as I said in the beginning of this video, and it's beautiful. It's beautiful to be feeling those emotions. I read a really interesting book, or started reading too, and still need to continue. It's called The Highly Sensitive Person in Love, and it conceptualizes 4 different personality types. I'll just reference it here. I can do a video on that as well. I would love to share that with you, because I felt very enlightened by that and felt more understood and felt acceptance and resonance with the fact that I am more emotional and sensitive, which is also a very strong suit. So yeah, that's really what it's supposed to do. So just tapping into that and being okay with being a more passionate person, with feeling your emotions a bit strongly. Yeah. And also maybe changing with the dating intentions that you may have, because at least for me, I've realized that short-term experiences on my emotional side don't affect me well, and essentially that at some point was also just not what I wanted anymore. And I started figuring out what it was in my life that I wanted, and our will sometimes changes as well with that. And this playlist is a wonderful playlist to accompany that journey. Third up, we have Soft Femme. This is really just literally what the title says, just soft feminine energy, beautiful softer music tunes that I want to underline, help you align with yourself. So this is more for my girlies and feminine people out there. And fourth, we have Divine Feminine, I Attract. This is all about feminine energy as well. Kind of going into the motto of do not chase but attract. And also helps you align with the outside world if you are into the yin-yang kind of masculine or feminine energy. I think that's a beautiful way to embody the energy that you want to be, and that the energy, the masculine energy that you find attractive to kind of, attract that into your life, because essentially you need to embody the other balance of that energy if you want to attract the other. So that's a really, really beautiful way as well. So kind of opposite of soft femme, because this aligns with the masculine energy that you want to attract, while soft femme playlist aligns you with yourself. And the last playlist that I'll be sharing with you, feline energy, which is just kind of a combination of both. It was really just overall feminine, feline, nice energy, some really good, more upbeat music, as well as some soft tunes. So it aligns you with yourself and the outside world, I would say. Lastly, what I would like to say is don't be afraid of making your own playlists. These are songs that I feel spoke to me and resonated with me, but it's really great to make your own playlist. Two, I would like you to invite you to make, first off, what you attract. What songs make you feel and think, this is what I desire, this is what I want to thus embody. If you want to attract, you need to embody. So this helps you align with what you desire, like standards, expectations, lifestyle, whatever it is that you're seeking in a person out there. It may also help you figure out the type of person that you may be wanting to attract, and also helps you maybe do a vibe check if there's something that you've been kind of vibing with, meeting with. Vibe check of how you want someone or a situation, what you want them or the situation to make you feel like, and what you want that situation and person to embody. Secondly, endgame, a playlist of endgame. What is what you eventually want with a person? This is for my long-term seeking people more. What songs make you feel and think, this is what I want my love to feel like? This will help you realign in those instances when you maybe feel out of balance, when you feel alone, or even when you may be seeking intimacy or something in people or situations that are eventually not serving you. And speaking of that, there's one little poem I want to share with you guys before we end this short little video. I still like you. Oh how I still like you. You just appeared there out of nowhere, but I knew it, so it would be. For town is not so big, and the one same interest you and I share. Oh, I still like you, yet what is there so much to like when there's so much to not? Which is a perfect example of a situation that is probably not serving you. Thank you, my dear humans, for joining me. I have so many things I would love to share with you in the future, so please let me know if there's anything you would like me to conceptualize next. I would also love to share some more specific thoughts and feelings on this, maybe feeling single too single, feeling single in winter especially, let me know what you would like. And as always, lots of
problem, that's just not my problem, that's just not my problem, not my problem, that's just not my problem.